Okay, so it's decided it's going. There we go. Go,
What
go,
is
go,
go
go,
go
go,
go?
go.
I turned off the music too fast.
I was trying to turn up.
Y'all were
I was trying
feeling
to turn up.
it.
I was turning up. Why can I not see Telly at all?
Yeah.
But I can hear her.
What?
We're we're gonna go with that. Can you see Telly on Instagram,
I can see Telly on Instagram. I can see you on Instagram. Of
Car?
course, this
Awesome.
always happens on Instagram. On
That's
YouTube,
perfect.
we
That's
never
fine.
have sensation.
Instagram doesn't want to Instagram, and I'm okay with it because we are going to do what we do every week. So thank you everybody for joining us for another episode of Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we try to make sense of the foolishness on the internet and oh so much foolishness this week. But before we get into it, we are going to go ahead and introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Yes, everybody, welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we try to make sense of the foolishness on the internet. My name is Garcia. Welcome to our show. We want to thank Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, for allowing the replays of our show every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks to iHeartRadio and Radio Regent for allowing us to be on these internet radios. And of course, we tape live on IG and on YouTube every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to join us. We love having you live with us. Follow and subscribe to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. That's the handle. Telly girl, what is going down in your little corner down here?
Oh, oh. I am Toshiba. They call me Shiva. I am the final member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. And as usual, I'm just going to get right into it. And let me say, Canada has been on a roll with the foolishness. Normally, it is the other side of the border or sometimes the other side of the world that we get to choose from. But Canada has been Canada-ing and foolishing with foolishness. And we're going to get into the first one where I'm going to call it Thieves Aloud. And this is in not the part, for those of you who are not Canadian, this is not the part of Canada we live. It is a very special part of Canada that this is happening. But the headline up here says Montreal police want the public not to post videos of thieves stealing mail online because it could violate the thieves' rights. Just so we're clear, okay? Posting videos of someone stealing your mail online could be a violation of the thief's private life. I'm going to pause for dramatic effect, and then I'm actually going to read the article because this made its rounds. And the article I'm going to read is from the New York Post. When New York Post is taking up this, you know it is foolishness. Okay. Let's go. Why is there a pop-up on the New York Post? New York Post do not. I don't want to win something, Galaxy. I don't want to win, and I'm a Rogers customer, and I don't want to win anything. No, thank you. Oh my goodness, this thing is deciding to pop up. I don't care. No, I don't. It did not pop up before now. I just want to report the website. Like, Jesus Christ.
They got to
So
sell
you
all
know
this ad
what?
space, you know.
I'm done with the ads. So we're just going to clearly not read that article. And we're just going to go straight and talk about it because I do not care about winning something. What do you ladies think about the fact that the police is telling, the Montreal police, to be clear, is telling you not to post thieves online because it's a violation of their private life.
You know, yeah, I don't, I like, and, love French Canadians. Got some great French Canadian friends. But y'all, what kind of stupidness is this? I mean, didn't the victim of the crime feel violated? The gifts that they ordered over Christmas were stolen from some person that doesn't know what it takes to earn anything. And they don't have a right to share their footage from their house, from their Ring, doorbell, or their home security. It's their security and theirs to share. They should be able to put it on Instagram, Facebook, Neighborhood Watch, whatever they're on. They should be allowed to be like, here is that loser that stole the stuff off my porch. It should be allowed. It should be celebrated, actually. Sheba?
Well, the article is now up. And the reason we cannot do that is, according to the communications officer in the Montreal police, you cannot post the images yourself because you have to remember, in Canada, we have a presumption of innocence, and posting that picture could be a violation of private life. What you're supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in Montreal and someone has stolen your mail, you are to call the police and hand the video over to them and let them do their job. That is what they're saying.
Like, if you have a video, right, you have a video, I have a video of someone creeping on my porch. You see the package sitting there. They come, they go, doot, 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 and they pick up the package and they run to their car, shut the door, and drive off. And this is all caught on video.
You cannot share that. It is a violation of their private life.
Listen, people in Montreal, yeah.
They said in the article, you could be sued by the thief, and that's why you need to be careful. Because again, we have a presumption of innocence, and the thief who has stolen your packages, because you have blasted their face on wherever you blasted it on the social medias, right? They could turn around and sue you for violation. This is what they're saying.
I am glad that this is in Montreal. Please don't let this come to Toronto, because I see on Instagram all the time, stores will be like, this person came in our store today and they shoplifted a leather jacket. Here is the video of the person doing such act. I say, go ahead and do it. People in Toronto, let's not lose this right. Post your videos. Yeah, here's the live feed of someone stealing my crap.
Facts. And the last part, what's even worse in the article is that they're saying that you could also face criminal proceedings. You, the victim, for posting it on, not only civil proceedings, they could potentially, you could potentially, now it's potentially, face criminal proceedings. You can definitely probably face civil proceedings, but you can potentially face criminal proceedings for posting someone violating you, because by posting it, you're now violating them, and that's a violation of the law. Yes, make it make sense. That's what I just tried to do. We're done. We're going to move on to things that also no longer make sense in the world that we live in. And if you have ever spoken to anyone of the younger generation, and sometimes people of the older generation, this word comes up often: triggered. I am triggered. This is triggering. Well, an educator has decided to speak out, and this is what she has to say about students talking about the fact that they are triggered. And go.
People start talking about trigger warnings. I can't take it seriously. And of course, in academia, we were supposed to use those. I had numerous students, they would come see me after class and they would say, I can't watch certain films on this list because I have anxiety. Not even asking, just as if, okay, you're going to accommodate me, right? Because I'm triggered. And I started seeing more and more students with emotional support animals who couldn't attend class with their emotional support dogs. I'm not joking. 20 to 30% of my students would declare that they were disabled because they had ADD and they needed extra time on tests and they needed all these different accommodations and separate notes and a separate room to take the test in. And I wanted so badly to tell them the real world is not this way. You do not need a separate room and you shouldn't get one, because in the real world, your boss is not going to give you all these extra accommodations. We've made a big mistake in coddling a lot of these anxieties and these weak perspectives.
Preach.
She's not lying. And you know what? Kudos to her for being brave for saying this, because this sort of talk could actually, it could have her lose her job. She could actually lose her job depending on how much the principal or the board sees that viewpoint, or the parents. I have to say this, and I remember, speaking as a Black female, I remember being young and having to sit in class and watch Roots for the first time. And, we talked about it on the show before, grew up in a white neighborhood. So I was very much the only Black kid in the class. And you're sitting there as a kid with your white friends watching Roots. And I had to watch it. There was no out for me. There was no letter to the teacher. There was no teacher asking, are you going to be okay? None of that. They popped that VHS in, clicked play, and they were like, y'all better watch it. And we're going to actually do a book report and test on this. So you better watch it. And I'm expecting the same effort from you as all the other white kids.
And that would never happen today, because people will say that I'm
sure Roots is banned from schools. I'm sure they don't even show that movie in schools.
So it's probably Schindler's List and a whole bunch of other things. An emotional support talk?
No, there was no emotional support. No, I watched LeVar Burton, get whipped and got his foot chopped off. Like, and I know that's a very drastic, right? I know that's a drastic example, but coddling is a thing. She's right. There are some kids out there that do have anxiety, but I do believe a lot of it, I'm going to say it right here, right now, 90% of those kids are lying. Sheba.
Here is the difference. You were actually a kid. She's talking about adults in university. Okay? Like, my child is 22 years old. I could not imagine my daughter in her freshman, junior, first, second, third, fourth year of university going to her professors and saying she needs accommodations because the reading list is triggering and it is too much. And so she's got to bring her cat to class to be in a separate room where she's going to take a test because she is triggered.
Remember when accommodations used to mean like, okay, you're disabled and you need a wheelchair, you need a cane.
Thank you.
Or it's a religious accommodation, like you need to have your head covered at all times. These are accommodations. You suddenly
life has new meaning to me. Yeah,
go ahead, Billy Ocean.
Get on us up. You wake up and suddenly You're in love.
Don't you want to do karaoke with us, everyone? Some people might be triggered by that song right now, actually.
Thank you. Because everything, it's so sad. Listen, I remember that my first day at my new job, going into a meeting and introducing ourselves, and someone was basically asked to turn on their camera or something, and they were like, I'm so triggered.
Triggered to show your face? The face that you grew up with, and if we didn't have COVID, you would have had to drag your butty to the office and show your face.
I was like, I was done for the day. I was actually like, I'm done for the. Everything is triggering. People, please,
what's going
please.
on?
Here's the thing: world, young people, old people, whomever. The world does not care. I'm sorry. We do care for people who have legitimate things for which accommodations are required, but your sensitivities, your mommy and daddy coddling, you still being on the tit, we do not care. The world is happening. There are real things happening in the world. There are wars. I know people who had to escape Sudan and Rwanda.
Exactly.
People who have watched their families be annihilated, right? They can talk about things that are triggering. You eating your granola, you with your gluten allergy, you whatever the hell is going on with you, stop it. Stop.
Well, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's look at the state of the world. You don't have to look far to see what's happening in this world. And
there are people sleeping outside right now in minus 18-degree weather. I refuse to go outside. Thank you.
It is so cold triggering right now that people are not going outside. People are using, right?
Your own room. Your own room to do a test.
Telly and I are sisters, and we had to sleep in the same room like for a while.
As you should.
Like,
you should.
There was no like. This is a spoiled generation, man. Spoiled generation. Go talk to those men and women that fought in World War II, and then come back and tell me that you're triggered.
Yeah, we're done. Drops mic, and we're out. Because this next one here is weird AF. And I almost thought it was a skit, and they still might be lying, but this is a national TV show that I'm about to show you in the segment called In-Law. This could never.
First, in academia.
Okay, sorry, lady. This could never be me. This could never be my life. But I'm going to watch this clip of these in-laws, and I want people to tell me what they think. They're not too close. They beat each other. They leave me out of everything. I'm serious. You know, that's what I can do what I want to. Okay. So we're going to actually play that again because I'm going to give you some context. The people rubbing nose and wearing matching clothes are not the husband and wife. It's the son-in-law and the mother-in-law. Let's watch this again, shall we? They're matching clothes. They feed each other. They leave out of everything. Oh, I'm serious. You know, that's what I can do what I want to. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a traditionalist in the sense that, to be honest with you, and this sounds horrible, but isn't the husband supposed to almost kind of dislike his mother-in-law?
Look,
Like,
quite.
he's supposed to not really like, like she comes to the house and it's like, hey mom, but they don't actually, when she leaves after a weekend, he's like,
thank God.
Thank God she's gone. Not, can't wait to skate with you and hold your hand as we skate down the road.
And rub nose.
Ew.
Boundaries much? I could not imagine my mother coming over and her and my husband are in matching clothes and they're like, honey, we're gonna go skating down the street, we'll see you later. And then they're going to the movies together. Yes, I want you to like my mother. I don't want you to like my mother.
Yeah, that's a no. And I would hope that, if this is real or fake, I think the reason why people think it's fake is because the guy, I think, was on another reality show or something. Something like that. He was, like, people said. But even as a wife, I would be sitting there and I would be like, bruh, what's up? Like, I don't even wear matching outfits with my mother and go skating and bowling and swimming and doing all this. Like, I'm not doing that with my mom. Why are you doing it?
And did you miss the, rubbing nose? No. It's even if they're faking this, it's still a no. It's still a no. It's weird AF. It's like, I actually I'd rather the opposite. I would rather my husband just dislike my mother than this. Like, yes. I'll take a strong dislike over this shit.
Right.
That was awful. So we're gonna move on.
Oh yeah, no.
Because that's bad parenting, and we're actually going to move into a segment that I'm calling bad parenting, because we're just going to talk about, okay, I'm starting to feel like the old person. I won't lie. There are times where I'm like, in my generation, we would never. And this is where I am in life as a 44-year-old woman, because this clip, listen, this clip I'm about, okay, and go.
Okay, girl, let's say a strange man or a strange woman walk up to you and say, hey, I'm here to pick you up. Your mama told me to come pick you up because she had something to do, but you don't know them. What you gonna say?
The look on Garcia's face, if you're on the radio, you could see. I'm actually going to play that again, but I want to set it up for you. It is a young lady, young child, baby. She is 5 at the most, because she's still in a booster seat in the back. Let me just say she's in a booster seat with no seatbelt on, and her mother's turning around recording because she thinks this is cute. So she's sitting there in her little cute outfit, okay, 4 or 5, and this is the stranger danger conversation now, right? Her mother's having. So let's repeat what her mother has taught her to say for stranger danger.
Okay, girl, let's say a strange man or a strange woman walk up to you and say, hey, I'm here to pick you up. Your mama told me to come pick you up because she had something to do, but you don't know them. What you gonna say?
No, stranger. I don't know you. Get away. You're not my mom. King. Her response to this young child here is to say, you're a mother effing liar because my mama don't play. This is what her mother is teaching her, and not only teaching her, boldly putting it on Beyonce and Blue Ivy's good internet.
That our kid cusses before they're even old enough to go to a full day of school.
Yes.
Like,
That's
this
heavy.
child is still in, like, again, this child is not even in a full day of school and already saying mother effer.
She said it with her chest too. She said it with her whole little chest. Like, she said it with her whole chest. Like, her mother instilled that. Like, mother. I don't even want to say it. She did it with her whole chest. Do you understand that I can't say the word mother effer in front of my mother? I'm a grown woman who's been paying my own bills for half of my life.
I know. I don't even say I don't even mention the body parts, like legit body parts. I have nicknames for them. I do not say in front of my parent. What?
So this is this brand of new parenting, and of course there were women in the comments defending this behavior. Oh, we think it's funny. One woman was like, well, my kid used to cuss as a sailor, and now he's got in this university, so you can be a cussing parent. And oh, my kid was cussing before they even really know. Like, really supporting this. Like, this is, I wish my daughter would. My daughter actually, I'm surprised I even let her get away with calling me bro. She'll be in a conversation, she's like, bro. And I know she's not referring to me as bro. It's in the context of the conversation. And there are days I'm like, oh, but I'm like, I'm even a different parent. It's whatever, right? Whatever. But if my daughter was like, mom, this mother effing blah, blah, blah. And she's grown.
It's kind of like, like there are certain words where it's like, that was not necessary. Like, you don't need to be teaching your child that. Like, how does this make them a stronger individual?
It does not.
Now,
this is for
to
clicks.
say that.
You're using your sweet, innocent little baby child girl with her bright eyes and her cute braids for clickbait. Because if you really wanted to protect your pitney, you wouldn't have her on Beyonce's internet.
Also that. Do you know that they are working on laws where kids eventually can go back to their parents and say, you showed my face on camera without my consent, and I want money. Like, this is an actual thing. A lot of mommy vloggers and bloggers are now learning that if this kid turns 12 and they're like, mom, I don't really like that you were parading me in ways that aren't, you didn't show me in my dance class. You didn't show me doing my play. You were literally showing me cussing in my booster seat for clicks. I am suing you. Like, this is the future of social media. For anyone that's wondering what's going to happen, kids are going to start suing their parents for this sort of foolishness. Because, and this is why, do you notice some parents have been blocking their kids' faces?
Yeah, you have, yeah.
That is why, because they've heard that this is going to be a thing. And when these kids turn and these kids, they're going to be smart, 14 years old, they're going to have a lawyer, and they're going to be like, Mom, you exploited me for years. I want my money.
And this mother should be first on the list.
She is. And again, to do this boldly and pridefully, like it's such a great thing, it just kind of shows us we're in trouble, man.
Amen. We are in trouble. So we are going to take a little mid-break because the next segments are going to be segmenting. So Carcia, talk to the people now.
Yes, what's going on, bruz? Yo, bro. I actually love using that word. There's just something about it. And if Toshiba reaches over and slaps me in the face, then you'll know why. Oh, no. Oh, no. Right? Oh, gosh,
I'm done.
I know.
I'm done.
We
I'm
want to
done.
thank Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Thank you so much, Radio Regent, for having our replays of our shows Saturdays on the Innanet Radio, syndicated through iHeartRadio. You can hear the audio. And of course, we want to make sure you know that you can follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Make sure to follow the handle, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We go live every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So join us. We'd love to have you. And now we're going to move on with the rest of this show. If you're already invested, so might as well stick around for the, there's more foolishness. Yes.
So, Kendra G is the gift that keeps on giving, and
Indeed.
it giveth. It's giveth. Well, she is the founder of the Black Women Find a Man's Make-A-Wish Foundation for these women. And there's another woman who wanted to make some wishes appearing on Kendra G. In a segment I'm calling Myrtle, we are going to hear what this woman wants from her. It's called Myrtle, and I'll explain later in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Oh my God, Kendra! Oh my God! You really make me Oh my God! Okay, first of all, I love your show, honey. I love you. Okay, how are you though, Kendra? How are you? Have that road, Mika. That road. Bad day, Kendra. Dang, Hey, call me over there thing. Well, listen, it is a taco show, but you push the request in your room with everything, girl. Yeah, hey, look, they gotta love me for who I am, baby. I'm trying to tell you, I have to love you for who I am. There it is. All right, so Tamika, Las Vegas, how old are you? I am 36. That's my birthday was January 4th. I just turned 36. Okay, so you're Capricorn. Yeah. Capricorn, okay. What kind of man you looking for, girl? First of all, I'm looking for an honest, loyal man. He basically he has to bring us to the table. Basically. Now, what is that? Let's go right there. What does he have to bring that you bring to the table? First of all, he has to have his own car. He has to have his own friend. And plus, I've dated men with kids, but I prefer not kids because that whole baby mama situation thing, like, I don't have time. Not about that life. That life isn't for you. Yeah, it's not for me, honey. I want a man that can deal with me, not somebody who already does something. If you got something, I feel bring to the table. I know what I can bring to the table. Okay. So you gotta bring what she brings to the table. What else you want? And yes, and also he has to be loyal, honest. He don't need to have no extra females or no extra nothing on the side. Please be loyal, because I'm gonna always be a honey with you. One up top. So like liars, no nothing like that. Okay. Being like just bummy and just like don't have nothing going for yourself, because you got nothing going for yourself, baby. I can't. I'm not fixing to be buying on all that. No, I'm not. Maybe why you to buy that stuff? Oh my God, Kendra, you don't even know, honey. I have been in the last relationship. They thought I was gonna be the wifey, do everything. Honey, no, I'm not being all that. I'm not nobody. I'm not being nobody. Stepmama, stepkid, none of that. I'm not. This last relationship, I found out he was married in a whole conversation. Wow. Yes. You found out he was married in a whole conversation. How me and you are talking? Yes. Me and talking on live, girl. He stayed in Kansas, and girl, he ended up married. So what about looks? We gotta look a certain way. Oh, it's gotta look tall. He gotta be tall. His whole demeanor gotta be on top of everything. At least 6'4". I don't think short man. He gotta be tall. Tamika now, Tamika, damn it. Come on now. 6'4". Tamika has to be 6'4". I dated somebody that was 6'11". Was you in a relationship or did you have sex with him? No, we were in a relationship. Then what happened to him? Why did you not with him? Baby mama, don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. So we gotta be, how old are you, Tamika? I am 5'3". Yes, I'm short. Kendra, why?
So why does he have to be 6'4"?
Because I'm a little person. He got to be up and throw me across the wall or something, you know. Sex wise, you know, come on, Kendra. Come on. Don't try to act like you're in the bedroom. Come on, honey. Yes. And yeah, I heard the comments of the Kiki girl. Girl, please. First of all, she probably ain't nobody else. I don't do comments, baby. I'm way too grown for that. Like you said, because we in 2024, baby. I done moved on to a lot because I'm sorry. I don't do women with the comments. Grow the fuck up. Be a grown ass woman. We're too old for that. You bitches all up in y'all, excuse my language. Them females all up in their feelings. Maybe she ain't got a man, maybe she needs some dick. I don't know, baby. I don't know what to tell her. But anyway,
Them dry vaginas be fucking like
they do.
I'm actually going to start. Now, as a woman who has a preference for taller men, I am that woman. I'm a woman who has a preference for taller men. My daughter's father is 6'7", my ex-husband is 6'5", my ex-fiance is 6'9". Like her, I've dated men as tall as 6'11" and 7 feet. But when I show up in front of those men, I do not show up like this. So for those of you who do not know Kendra G's show, it is a call-in show. On Kendra G's show, what you have to do is she goes on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and you request her. You know she's going live. She goes live every week at the same time. And so if you want to be on Kendra G's show, like when we show up at our show, you should show up. You sit down, you have great lighting like we have here. She asks the same questions to the people over and over again. So it is not a surprise when you push the request to be on someone's show. It is not a surprise if she picks you that you're going to be on the show, presenting yourself to the man potentially of your dreams. Which 6'4" built, handsome man, no baby mama, having no drama, well established, bring stuff to the table. A man has worked hard for, I'm trying to be nice. I have nothing. Nothing.
Man, put a wig on. Like, you don't have time to do your hair. Just put the wig on. Lauryn Hill is not showing up like that.
Erykah Badu doesn't show up like this. She's in a robe. She's in a silky night robe.
She's about to go to bed.
She's going to bed. Yeah, she's going to bed.
And it's not like a silk like robe with the shoulder off with voluptuous, it's not that. It's not that. So here's my thing. I just want to say quickly about the 6'4" thing. I think that's kind of ridiculous. When you're 5'3", I say it like this. If I put on my heels, which are usually between 4 and 5 inches, he still must be taller than me. That right. So usually being 5'5", that looks like, okay, he's got to be around 5'11", 6 at the least, in order for us to look the way and I'm sorry, I'm an aesthetic person.
So am I.
The way we want to look. I want, when we look at each other in the mirror, I'm like, this is what I see. I am short. I will stay short in this relationship and you will be tall. So I get it in that way. But 5'4", not 5'2", or not, sorry, 6'4", 6'4", not 6'2", not 6'1".
No, he has to be 6'4".
It makes
Because
no
at
sense.
the most she's 5'7", 5'8" in heels. At the most, right? Like 5'8" at the most. People are not going
Right,
around
so
in
she
6-inch
can-
heels, right? So,
Right.
girl, you could realistically do 5'9", 5'10". And I get it. The tall men, again, as someone who I will never be accused of dating short men, right? Like I date tall men. That's the men that I attract. That's the men that I am attracted to. I completely get it. But there is no way I'm going to go and be like, he has to be 6'6". Do you understand how rare 6'4" is? Do you understand how
It's just a
rare?
weird number. Usually people are like 6, 6'2", 6'5".
No, she wants 6'4".
Something's wrong with that girl. Yep.
Yes.
Oh no. Yeah.
Or yes, that's what they said in the comments. The guys in the comments were like, not Myrtle Urkel demanding a man who's 6'4". When I saw that, I was desisted. I said they said Myrtle Urkel, not Myrtle Urkel requesting 6'4".
No.
That's
Well,
where we're gonna end
listen.
it, girl. We wish you really nothing.
When you show up a specific way, you're going to get a reaction. If she showed up the way how she would show up to her girls' brunch, it probably would have been a different story.
Thank you. So you're trying. Thank you for bringing up that point, because I actually wanted to make that point before we go, Car. Thank you. You first of all, when there are two things that are really important, I think, in life for a woman. You are looking for a man, right? If you're going for the job of your dreams, you would never show up like that. So you are
Never.
online describing the man of your dreams, and this is how you show up for the man of your dreams, the man who's going to look at you and desire you. So you wouldn't show up to a job interview, you wouldn't show up to church, but you're going to show up on a national platform describing the man of your dreams, and this is what he gets? This is what the 6'4" muscular man gets. Girl, goodbye. Bye-bye. We're moving on to our next segment, because between Kendra G and Six Brown Chicks, we could fill a whole episode. And in this episode that we're calling Popeyes, this woman has written in to ask for some advice. And here we go. I caught my boyfriend in Walmart buying me a new flat screen TV for Christmas. He was shocked to see me. When he came home, he sat the TV box in the basement and went to bed. FYI, I gave him $500 for Christmas. He never installed the TV. Finally, I told my son to help me install the TV. I pulled the TV out of the box, and it appeared to have been ripped off of a wall. I plugged it in, and a Popeye's chicken menu was frozen on the screen. I'm really trying to be serious. I'm really trying. There's no signal to change the channel. All we see is a picture of fried chicken. I did some research on Instagram, and I noticed that his baby mama got a new TV. So I guess he bought his baby mama a new TV and gave me a stolen Popeyes digital menu. He says it was a mix-up, but if I keep bugging him, he's going to move back in with his baby mama. I don't want that. I hate her. Advice?
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, listen. She basically got a monitor. Like, girl. Like, why did you even write in? Why do you need advice for that?
I have a serious question. I want to know. Um, how did they mix up the TV in Walmart? How exactly did the mix up happen when you bought the TV? Sir, how did the mix up happen, sir?
Right. And
Sir.
I'm supposed to love you even more. Like the idea that you stole a TV from Popeyes.
Off the wall.
Off
Off
the wall.
Off the wall.
I don't, even if you told me that I gave my friend a Popeyes monitor that he ripped off the wall, I'd be like, your friend is ghetto AF and you should like get rid of him.
Thank you.
He probably thought it was gonna start working. He probably thought, oh, I'll just connect cable to that.
But the best part is he took the $500 she gave him for Christmas and bought his baby mama
and bought
a TV.
his baby mama a TV.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because she's got the big screen TV now. Becky with the good TV. It's the Friday special.
How is this people's lives? How is this the life you've chosen
no
for
self-respect.
yourself?
None. If this woman had self-respect, she wouldn't even have written in. Like if she had self-respect, she would have been like, this guy's a loser, I'm dumping him, and I'm not gonna breathe. Not even my best friend. I'm gonna tell you girls right now.
Too.
You girls are my sister girls. And I wouldn't tell you.
You think I'm telling you the story? I would never. Go to the grave. To the grave. To the grave.
I would never. And you're out here typing it up and editing it, making sure it's perfect and sending it off to... No.
Not ChatGPT. Not ChatGPT. I'm good. Good night.
To write it even better.
We're done.
Even ChatGPT was like, sis, do not send this.
Thank you. We're done. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. We live in a cruel world. That was a part of the cruel world. And what we're also about to show you is telling you how people are cruel. Ladies and gentlemen, be careful who you spend your money with because they may just have you on the internet looking like this. For those of you on the radio, I had to even just mute this just in case. Those of you on the radio, what we just witnessed is a man who got a tattoo of the Louis Vuitton. Oops, sorry, and that's gone. He has the Louis Vuitton. The TV's done with me. The TV said not. He literally has the Louis Vuitton signs on his face. On his face. On his whole face.
Here's my thing. Does he realize for the same money he could have actually gotten like an actual Louis Vuitton, suitcase or something that he could later sell and make money?
His entire face. I'm gonna pause it so everyone can see. Like as we go through, his entire face is Look at this. His entire face.
This brand is never going to pay you, sir.
You know what? You know what? I just figured it out. He is the one who stole the Popeyes TV and brought it. We're connecting it all because this man is definitely a Popeyes TV stealer.
Yeah, like, is he a fan? Like, I don't understand.
Here's the thing. Mental illness is a real thing. Like, I'm serious. Mental illness is a real thing. And as a tattoo artist, I get artistry, but seriously, you let some man really come into your shop and he said, yeah, bro, that's great, bro. I'm gonna do this, bro. This is great. We're gonna lay down, bro. Let's do this thing, bro. And then I'm gonna put you on the good internet.
I don't know. So I'm a person that believes tattoos are, well, the origin of tattoos is it's very spiritual and very meaningful. And, you just don't go out here and like decorate your body for the hell of it. There's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of soul searching and self-reflection should be happening when you're about to brand your body and of everything that you could have done, sir. Everything. Louis Vuitton? Sir.
No,
he has nothing to do with the brand. People that buy Louis Vuitton don't put Louis Vuitton tattoos on their face.
Thank you.
Because that is, this is the percentage of rich to middle class that fit that target. People that do that don't fit in this target.
This is weird AF. I would not want to meet him. I would not want to meet him at night, like walking down the street. Like I'm crossing the other side. It's a no.
Yeah, I don't know. It's giving crack addict.
It's awful. Tattoos are not cheap. Tattoos are very expensive.
Tattoos are expensive.
There's a lot of money on his face.
I'm sure that's about $3,000 to $5,000.
Awful. We're done. Get help. Get help. Get help.
Yep.
We're done.
Agreed.
We're done. Another person who spent their money and they should have thought about the person who they were giving their money to is this next lovely young lady who, okay, we're just gonna show what she did.
The dance, come on, do the cha-cha. Shorty skinny, shorty like to call me Papa. True fact, that's the thing I do, she call it Blanca. All I do is copy, I call them Blanca. She keep worried about my hoes, I had to break them. They keep off the list, I'm playing soccer. Why you rapping Jamaican, not even the roster? If you really a Jamaican, make it pasta. I'm just a nigga, everybody get your vibe with. Stay out the way, cause I don't like to be a nonsense. You talking about me, you worry about the wrong shit. If I put you in a song, it'll be a long distance. I'm thinking long term, talking about the full list. What if you talking right now, you make the full list. Facts. It's time, let's switch.
Now, if you weren't able to see that very closely, I'm gonna actually put it up for you. I'm gonna pause it there, and I just want you to see what it is that I'm seeing. This is the young lady, and this is the hairstyle she got. Can you guys see that hairstyle? Can you see? For you too.
It's basically looking like we're looking at the full moon here.
Oh my God. I'm done.
Oh no. Yeah, so this is, you know what? This is an opportunity for us to really put out a PSA out here. You know, some women, they have that challenge that is it 3 fingers or 4? I think it's 3 or 4, but usually, where your eyebrows are to, your fourth or whatever finger is usually, the kind of the standard as to how where your hairline begins, right? This poor girl, she's got 2 hand palms.
Oh no. Oh no.
And that stylist, whoever did her hair, I don't think they like her.
They're awful. They are awful. They're awful. They should have said, ma'am, listen, the hair is, listen, they did a great job with the hair.
Yeah, the hair is lovely.
She needs bangs to cover that forehead. And her hairline, you gotta understand, this is her forehead. Her hairline is going, this is where it is. Back here. Do you understand how far my hand is on the screen? Forehead here. Okay. Here. And they really took money from this woman to install this and then put her on the good internet.
Yeah, and said, wow, look at this new install. And she's a lovely girl. She has a beautiful smile. It's just like, girl, they should have given you some bangs. It doesn't even have to be blunt bangs. It could have been feathery bangs.
Listen, she's a side part. She should have, see how my side part is? It should have been side part with a swoop. Would have been gorgeous. But to put this beautiful girl with, and it's not even just the forehead, the hairline start, okay,
like top of your head. You know that really sensitive area?
Yes.
Where, when you were born as a baby, they say that your skull is still closing right there. That's literally where her hairline starts. I'm done with you.
We're done. We're not getting canceled.
We're done with Telly.
We're done. We're waving the we're done.
Oh dear.
We're done.
I mean,
make it work. This is awful. This is awful.
Let's just see how it looks.
That's awful. On the good internet. On the good, not just the good internet, the good Beyonce and Blue Ivy internet. But sweetie, you're beautiful, but your stylist is a bitch. But we move on. She's a your stylist is an awful person. They are awful and they should not get any business. But we are done because we've got things to do. It is Wednesday night, and believe it or not, I still have to eat dinner. So we are going to wrap up. But before we go, girl, I made dinner late, girl. So before we wrap up, Telly is going to talk to the people. Damn.
Feeling some Hennessy black on the curb. Put a memory in the when I blacked out, I'm away in the past. It's gonna be, you don't want to put it like me. That you never seen so black. Yeah, black on black on black on black on black. Black, black, black on black, 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 so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black. Skin at black on black, it's black. Rims on this black, wheels in this black. It's black, 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 so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black. I'm black, rims on this black, wheels in this black, black, it's black, it's black. On with this black hoodie on, QP Luton, Black Revolution. I'm with a New York queen, this illegal alien.
Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.
Track test, black skin marks on the pavement. See me in a black cage, black on black, master Juba with the tag.